This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping the foot on the whoop, geeks. We keeping the foot on the whoop, geeks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian tiger that I am, I'm applying what? Leave me the pressure. Because pressure does what? He bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. When we sit here and we look at Terence Crawford, the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. What we see emphatically, categorically, unquestionably, or without fail, we see a guy in i.e. Terence Crawford that is as simple as a Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Terence Crawford is a Negro that's missing a few fucking screws. And I'm going to explain why. See, it seems that Terence Crawford is also suffering Alzheimer's and dementia. First, you said that you wanted to show up. Reveal yourself at 147. Be the supposed welterweight, the boogeyman. When we know that you're a snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. Let me say it again. You're a snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. You show up. You supposedly try to straddle the fence and say, hey, I want to fight all of the best welterweights. Throw them at me. I want to fight all of the guys that supposedly say that they are the best. I want to prove that emphatically. I want to prove without fail. I want to prove without question that I'm the guy that everyone has to see. And then what ends up happening? You Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. You turn around and you're able to be put in a position of basically getting what's called a what Bob orders belt. Bob Arum had no inclination. He had no, basically, what we would say in game for you fighting any serious opponent at the welterweight division. He didn't believe in you. He didn't have faith in you. So basically, he gave you the easy route. You fight a lame duck in Jeff Horn. We all know that Jeff Horn was there to be basically the sacrificial lamb for Terence Crawford. The Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Because Terence Crawford is not a fighter that is for real. He is Bud Fraudford. He's a Dud Crawford. When it's all said and done, after you've been given Jeff Horn, Manny Pacquiao was like, oh, that's the last straw. Jerry fucking Herler and i.e. Bob Arum. You old car salesman, a.k.a. Shiesty motherfucker. I'm leaving Top Rank. My contract is done. I'm not going to re-sign. Even though he already did so much damage. Even though Bob Arum, Jerry Herler his ass. Even though Bob Arum took so much money from his rabbit ass. He turned around and he made a big boy decision. He ended up going with Al Heyman and PBC. He should have stayed there. Then he jumped to Paradigm Sports. And that's history. But we know at least Manny Pacquiao got the cojones to fucking leave. Terence Crawford turns around and he fights a one-legged gimp, a one-legged hobbit, and a Jose fucking Benavidez. A guy who was already mangled from a motorcycle accident or fucking bullet wounds. Let me tell you how Bob Arum has Jerry Heller the situation. This is how Jerry Heller has protected Eazy-E from Ice Cube when no Vaseline came on. And this is how Terence Crawford has been protected from PBC fighters. Notice in the Jose Benavidez fight, that fight in of itself, there was negotiations at the time to fight Keith Thurman. Oh, $10 million. He's asking for too fucking much. Then they turn around, and then the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. He turns around, and he has a situation where he fights a mean, gajeen, gagoogle, gageen, bagigi, bagigi, babigi, bageen machine. A guy who has a Marvel character, i.e. WWE shit name. You see how Bob Arum is Jerry Heller in this situation? You see how he's old car salesman, a.k.a. Shiesty motherfucker in this situation? And at that time, he had an opportunity to fight Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia wanted $10 million. These guys, even though they weren't pay-per-view fighters, they were commanding high numbers on cable TV. Motherfuckers was coming in like 2 million, 3 million views, 4 million views. These guys were way more box office than this the Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence in Terence Crawford. Then after that, you fuck around and you get you a lame duck Jeff Horn. I mean a lame duck nosedive of a fight of a Kell Brook. Kell Brook didn't even get 9 to 13 weeks training camp. When they announced the fucking fight, there was no Dominic Ingo to be found. No Eddie Hearn. See, Eddie Hearn already knew because he's the new car salesman, aka Shiesty motherfucker. Let me say it again. He's the new car salesman, aka Shiesty motherfucker. He already knew. Why would I contribute to that bullshit and fuck shit? I already know that they're going to ensure that this guy loses. I already know that he's not going to win. So why am I going to waste my time? Why am I going to put my effort? Why am I going to put my energy? Why am I going to put my moment and my identity behind this shit? So Kell Brook takes the nosedive because Kell Brook needs a fucking check. He hasn't boxed in forever, let alone had a namesake. Now we find yourself in a precarious situation of a Shawn Porter, a guy who was calling you out all of those fucking times because he saw, just like we saw in the Jeff Horn, when it took you forever to knock his ass out, in the Jose Benavidez, when the one-legged Gip, one-legged Hobbit took your ass to 12 plus, and we also saw in the fight against you and fucking Ming Gajin, Bagugu Gagin, Fakiki, Fakaka, Kokuku, Fakaka machine, that he dropped your ass in 3 rounds. And Shawn Porter was like, oh, hell no. Fuck my buddy and me. Fuck my buddy and me. Fuck that bullshit. My buddy and me. It ain't about my buddy and me right now. It's about I'm gonna go and whoop his ass. And you know what you said? Shawn Porter's not worth it. Shawn Porter is just basically a high-level gatekeeper. We know that that's a high-level way to duck a guy that's going to take you into a phone booth. You have amnesia, you have Alzheimer's, you have dementia. You ducked Shawn Porter so many times. You came up with so many excuses. If it wasn't from, he's not relevant, or he doesn't have a fucking belt, or, I'm not fighting Shawn Porter because I'm chasing Manny Pacquiao. I'm chasing, a Earl to True Spence fight. Didn't want to take 60-40, by the way. It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, Manny Pacquiao played you like the fiddle. It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, But you turn around and you tell us, in your mindset, in your identity, in your revelation, that when it's all said and done, that the Shawn Porter, the guy that you supposedly felt that you had to duck, you basically said that this guy wasn't relevant and that he was just basically a bottom feeder. You found yourself crawling your ass right back to the situation of where you was at. You also said that Shawn Porter was asking for too fucking much money and that he needed to calm down. But you're negotiating and you finalize the contract where Shawn Porter actually ended up getting exactly what he wanted in the first place. If Terence Dud Crawford, the Chihuahua, barking behind the damn fence, if he's not a Negro that's too fucking dumb and missing 2 fucking screws, then I don't know what that is. See, when it's all said and done, your position was realized. Your inevitable fate came to a conclusive reality that nobody's checking for you like that. That you really can't sell a chicken dinner, let alone a fucking cookout. And that nobody is stunting you like that. Because everyone knows when it's all said and done, you're nothing but a Chihuahua walking behind a damn fence. Terence Dud Crawford's always been what Terence Dud Crawford's always been, a barking fucking Chihuahua. That's why he's a Chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. But what it also revealed, when you end up finalizing and making a deal, inking a fucking offer that shows that it was the same that Shawn Porter wanted in the first place, if not more. It revealed what he knows everything said from the beginning. That this is a Negro that's missing a few fucking screws. It also reveals that his manager is suffering from the disease called obesity. Because when you're fat as fuck, it messes with your corpus callosum. It messes with your cerebellum. It messes with your neural linguistic programming. It messes with your neuron receptors. It messes with your ability to think reasonably and effectively. Because you have what's called fat cells that's fucking your brain cells up. And fat cells have an interesting way of basically taking your brain cells and basically turning it into literal shit. That's exactly what ended up happening. That's exactly what ultimately took place, and why this Big Mac sniffing, probably smelled like the pores of fucking Big Mac, came to the conclusive decision that you basically had to sign the same contract that you motherfuckers were avoiding. If not now, Shawn Porter's making more. What it revealed is that Terence Crawford's been what he's always been, a Chihuahua parking behind the damn fence. But it also revealed that Terence Crawford, like he knows everything, told you guys, that he's a Negro that's missing a few fucking screws, that he's dumb as fuck, and that nothing out of Omaha, Nebraska, that comes out of Omaha, Nebraska is good, except for Jay fucking Cooley. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. Now, if the real Shawn Porter, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. If the real Shawn Porter, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. If the real Shawn Porter, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. If the real Shawn Porter, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. If Al Heyman does not feed him to the wolves, Al Heyman basically says, you know what? I want Shawn Porter to be Shawn Porter. Then Shawn Porter is going to embarrass you. He's going to beat the shit out of you. But we've seen this before, because we've seen it with Kell Brook. If I get any snuff of a training camp not being a full 9 to 13 weeks, if I get any snuff of Shawn Porter basically being put in a precarious situation where Shawn Porter got to do some shit that Shawn Porter normally is not entitled to do, if I get any fucking snuff that something is off, and that Bob Arum has his Jerry Heller, i.e. old car salesman, aka shiesty motherfucker, ways behind it, then I'm not going to agree behind this shit. I'm not going to co-sign behind this shit, and I'm going to basically say this is going to be a nosedive. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keep the foot on the whoop. Neeks. I keep the foot on the whoop. Neeks. I leave with this, man. When it's all said and done, Terence Crawford revealed what Terence Crawford always fucking reveals. That he's a Chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. And fashion. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.